Uh, uh,
Hey, we're not frozen. We've thawed out since the snow. Hey, folks, how you doing?
Welcome back. We thought we'd come on and talk about some of our escapades in the snow. And make
Yeah,
sure this is going live on the Facebook.
I don't know what you did in the snow. I don't know if I had escapades. That'd be too cold to do that, wouldn't it?
And I said ice capades.
Oh, that would fit. That would fit. That's like the people on Canal Street ice skating and playing hockey. Did you see that?
I did not. They
Yeah.
were doing that. They were
Well, not like a full game of hockey. One person
sure.
was skating. I did see a few. Let me rephrase that. One person was skating with a stick and had a puck, and then a couple people had ice skates. You'd see videos.
Yeah.
And then in I think Jackson Square they had a giant snowball fight. Maybe it was the French Quarter. So surprisingly, New Orleanians got out in the snow. Well, maybe not surprisingly. I know I've been waiting all my life for this level of snow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm out here near the airport, and I had at least 9 inches.
Yeah.
And I didn't have one of those sticks like the weatherman said, like the ruler, and let it fall on it. I just kind of plunged the ruler into some drifts. So I had one that was 12 inches. I had one that was 5, 9. So it fell about 8 to 10 inches out here.
What do you mean let it fall on it?
Well, uh, it's Peyton Malone. He's on Channel 4 News. And he made a thing. You put a base and then you nailed a ruler into it. And you just leave it outside.
Uh
So you know what fell.
that way it's consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
not wind building up in a yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
I guess you'd have to get out there quick before the wind because it started about 6 a.m., between 6 and 8 a.m. last Tuesday. So a week ago from this recording. And then it finished right about 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8. So one full day of snow. It was sideways, and I did have drifts, but man, it was so beautiful because I documented like every few hours I'd go out. When it's over, we went out, and you couldn't hear anybody driving. My wife was like, "It's so quiet. It's so quiet. Yeah, it's quiet. No bird. It was an amazing thing, and just looking at it, everything looked like a Christmas card.
Yeah.
What did y'all
Yeah.
do in it?
The kids played outside a lot. They would go out and play. Mic bump. They'd go out and play until it got too cold and they got wet. They'd come in, dry off, hot chocolate, hang around the fire a little bit, and they'd go back out again. I went out a few times. It was a good time. I did not build a snowman this time, but I enjoyed it. Let them run around and play, and
Yeah, we built our first snowman together in 2004. I built a snow family of like I guess they were about 6 inches tall, maybe a foot tall.
mm-hmm,
And this time we built we call him Winter Breeze after Drew Brees.
mm-hmm, yeah, that makes
Yeah, look,
sense.
my cowboy hat. I had a scarf, Saints gloves, found
Yeah,
some good branches. The minute I took the picture, I took the gear inside. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Actually a couple of weeks ago I used that hat for an audition, so I'm like, I'm not losing this. I don't think anybody would take it, but that means somebody would take it. You know what I mean? Nobody was going around our neighborhood kicking snowmen.
what if that kept him from coming to life?
Well, he'll just have to come back. Bring the snow next year. Next year, we don't need any more. There was a Facebook rumor that we are going to get more in 2 weeks. We're not. We're getting a heat wave. We're going back up to 70 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was.
I didn't even think about it. I have a can't even talk. I have a corn cob pipe, and it was after everything had melted. I'm like, oh, I've got an old pipe I could have
Right.
used. I didn't even think about it.
Well, we didn't know. Like later, I saw a snowman kit, and like his eyes, his mouth had the stick to go in the snow. I was like, oh wow. So we had old olives for the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to like dig in there. The nose, we did have a carrot. I had a full length; it wouldn't go in, so I bit it in half, and I just dug that sucker in there. And then we had it's like Twizzler chunks for the mouth to make it red and a smile.
Oh yeah,
And when I put the hat on him, My wife and I took a selfie. The hat was kind of angled, so it looks like he's winking.
Ah, nice.
Or he came to life, and that's just the cover story I'm using.
Yeah. So my family had gone out of town for a swim meet, and it was supposed to snow there up in North Alabama, and they were supposed to stay till Monday, but things got over earlier than they expected on Sunday, so they went ahead and came home, and it was already starting a little bit before they came home, so they got to travel in the snow.
Mm. I New Orleanians can't drive in the rain, in the dry. So snow and ice, I've seen it. The little bit we had before, I never wanted to be out in it.
Yeah,
Friday, I had to go to work, and I'm driving on this one street, Orleans Avenue, and it's got a dip under the train tracks. And so when it rains, that gets flooded pretty
yeah.
quick. So I was worried it was still going to be icy, even though it was the next day, because until Friday afternoon, we weren't out of the freeze. A little bit on Thursday. So I'm looking ahead. Oh, look, it's clear. Oh, there's a patch of snow on the ground because, shade. But I had seen where the tracks, people had gone through it. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm doing about 25, and for 1 second, the car turned.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to pay more attention, even though I was paying attention. No. So, love the snow, love playing it, love the way it looked. I didn't have to go into work, so I didn't have that worry. Knock on wood, thank God my heat stayed on what I had.
Yeah,
Water too, yada yada yada. I can see I don't want a lot of that.
yeah.
I'm not built for that.
I was I was worried there was going to be burst pipes. I mean, it got down into the teens. So
Yeah.
one of my friends, still lives in Mississippi, and he said that the highway patrol there was shutting down the interstate because there had been an unprecedented number of wrecks. I'm like, yep, Southerners just ain't used to driving in the snow
The
or the
minute they
ice.
open the minute they open the interstate here, Saturday, pile up. Shut it
Yeah,
back down.
yeah.
So
We had to go to New Orleans on Friday. Yeah, Friday.
wow.
And we had to drive. It routed us through the causeway was still shut when we went. It routed us through Slidell, the long way around, across, I guess the
Twin
Wrigley's,
spans? Oh yeah.
come out by Michoud
Yeah.
and come. It took us over 2 hours to get from here to where we were going.
And they
It
had
was actually Metairie.
if you came through Slidell, that's either the causeway or the twin spans.
It's further south.
Okay. You went through the
The old bridge.
kind of by Laplace.
No.
Oh, there's a third bridge?
So from Slidell, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. There's a small bridge that's got it looks like an old train bridge.
Yeah. Okay. I thought
And
they had taken that one out.
so that the roadway where Michoud and the Coast Guard base is,
Yeah.
it was down that way.
I got you. I got you. I thought what you were describing, I thought is the one when you come through New Orleans East.
So yeah, it's New Orleans East, but it's not the old Highway 11 bridge. It was it's a smaller bridge.
I got you. Okay. This is like the Californian sketch on SNL. People are like, we don't care.
Yeah, they're talking about bridges. Who
Yeah.
cares? It
You
took
don't
him
want to
two
know about
hours.
our
Who
dam.
cares?
We had fun in the snow and we're letting you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it boogers everything up.
it does. But it's an automatic vacation. So in that way, it's kind of nice too. Although somebody we know had booked a commercial, couldn't get out to it because of the snow.
Oh no.
Yeah. We also, at least one of our other friends, his pipes broke too.
Yeah.
Yeah. not naming any names. So,
Yeah.
and I know somebody in the middle of the night on Thursday night, their pipes broke. They couldn't get to the water shutoff valve because it was covered with snow and didn't know where it was. The one by the
Yeah.
street. So you got to prep. Just like a hurricane, get your water, get your buckets of water in case you have to flush, get your food, get heating sources, extra blankets, extra clothes. And you don't have to block your windows like you do for hurricanes, but like I have one that's kind of drafty, so I put one of my sound blankets on it. My sound
Yeah.
dampening, and that kept a little bit warmer. Space heaters are your friend, but don't use extension cords. Don't overuse them. Put them on a timer. You can't run them constantly. And drink tea, water, and hot soup, coffee if you need to. There are
That's right.
ways. Now, if I had to do this for 6 months or whatever they have to, November to March up there, no, no.
Yeah. I mean, like anything else, you get used to it.
Yeah,
They probably say the same thing about us with the hurricanes.
yeah. And they got snow chains, and you know they have their big winter coats every year. I had
Yeah.
a bigger winter coat I just thrifted, left it in the car, and then the car got snowed over. I was like, I don't need it, but it's like, oh, it did have an extra pair of gloves in there, so
Yeah. So when it snowed in 2017, we lost power for 48 hours. A limb fell down the street and blew out everything.
well,
And it took them 2 days to get out to fix it. But this time we didn't have any issues. The schools up here were closed all week. I guess the pipes in one of the schools burst. So all of St. Tammany, at least the public schools,
yeah,
were closed. So the kids were home all week. It was a nice little vacation.
yeah. I miss it already. My wife and I tease it. Like we'll say something. You having a rough day? Yeah, I miss the snow too. So other than that, anything good going on with you?
Not really.
Yeah, it's been kind of slow. I do have a little bit of good news.
Okay.
I have a trailer coming out this weekend. February 1st, the trailer for Impunity, where I play a stepfather. And that's all I'll say about him. It's coming out this weekend.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to share it with you. It is going on the festival circuit for probably the rest of 2025. So people won't be able to see it for a long time, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
So many projects are just almost there, ready to release.
Mr. Headcase made it into a film festival in Florida this past weekend. I was not able to go to that,
Great.
so
Congratulations.
that's that's pretty exciting.
That's awesome. I have seen that. That was you good, bro.
Thanks, man.
He
Yeah,
make a
that was
good crazy person, homeless person, shall we say?
he was emotionally challenged.
Oh, typecasting.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, yeah, I had
Here
to.
we go.
There we
That
go.
was a fun film and a lot of good learning experiences and a lot of great people worked on that project. So, yeah, it was exciting.
Very cool. Well, folks, we just wanted to jump on, say hi. We're working hard to get back to our regular show. We've got some recorded episodes. Things get delayed when, I didn't want to move and inside I was cold. I was huddled up under my blanket. But we'll get back to it. We'll bring some great entertainment.
All right, folks. We'll see you in the next one.